Ready. Larissa.
Yes.
Good
Yeah.
evening. Welcome to Guna Matters, where your opinion matters. It has been a long wow that I've been on the show. Let's welcome our panelists first. Larissa, all the way from Netherlands. How are you doing, lady?
I'm good. I'm good. Good to be back again.
Oh, that's lovely. And of course, somebody that doesn't need any introduction is Warren, all the way from Cape Town.
Good evening,
How are you, brother?
guys,
How are you,
ladies,
brother?
gentlemen, wherever you're watching from. A very good Gooner evening and a very happy one as well.
For sure.
That's for sure.
So, Madrid, let's have a real talk. Excuse the pun.
No pun intended.
A real talk. Let's start with you firstly. We're gonna obviously just touch on the ladies as well. The ladies also played Real Madrid home and away in a quarterfinals. The first leg of that quarterfinals, we lost 2-0, and then of
Yeah.
course we came home to the Emirates and we beat them 3. Is it 3-0? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
3-0, and it is 4-2 on aggregate, 3-2 on aggregate. Just
Yes.
you give us a bit of insight as what you saw, and yeah, we'll continue from there.
You can hear my voice is still at the Emirates from that game because I was there. And yeah, before we started this game, the group that I met with, we were a bit like, can we do it? Can we not do it? And we were actually prepared for penalties, to be honest. And when they came out and the whole atmosphere, it was amazing. Like it was full on 90 minutes. And they came out, the girls, and from the first minute they was on the go and they kept on going. And so many chances we had in the first half. And we actually saw the same thing with the men as well. So many chances in the first half and none went in. And there were like two crucial saves from our goalkeeper, Daphne. And that second half, it was like, I don't know what happened in the locker room, but I think some people put something on there, or I have no clue. But my gosh, that second half, that was even better than the first. And I think we had a lot of what whoa moments, and yeah, it was just from the get go. It was just like they wanted it. You could tell they really wanted it, and they wanted to put a performance, especially at home. And yeah, it was two goals. One of them, I wasn't sure if that actually was offside from Alessia because she could have had like three goals, but I'm not sure if that really was an offside because I watched it back and I'm still not 100% sure if that should have been called off. But doesn't matter. We did it, and now it's on to the next game.
Lovely. So
Yeah.
Warren, you didn't watch the ladies UEFA Champions League, eh? Warren?
Sorry,
I think
I saw the results and then I saw the highlights, but I didn't catch the full game. And
Yeah. So also what I took out from there is that Real Madrid were very arrogant when they came to the Emirates because they knew they
yeah.
had a 2-0 victory over us in their home ground. However, they didn't play in the Bernabeu the first leg. They played at the ladies' ground where they normally play their football.
Yeah,
And
that
then I
that
thought they came very arrogantly to the Emirates, thinking that they're gonna win us, they're gonna put us to the sword. But lo and behold, I think Rene Slagers had so much for surprises for them, man. You
mm,
were live at the game, Liz.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, your outstanding performances over the two legs. For me, it was Chloe. It was
Mm,
Caldente, and of course, it was Russo. Those were the
yeah,
three outstanding players for me. And so here and there, probably could put Caitlin in there as well. But other than that, I think our goalkeeper had a bad time in Spain, hence the change when we came to the Emirates. Who was your standouts?
Yeah, definitely Chloe. Chloe, she was also from the minute she was on the get-go. Mariona, obviously, she was fired up because until that home game at Madrid, she never lost a game against Madrid when she was playing with Barcelona. And this was actually the first time that she lost from Madrid. So she was obviously fired up. And yeah, she really had a great game, and there was, I think there was a moment where I thought that she was going off injured. She got like some kind of like hip check or something like that, and I thought like, okay, this is it, she's off and we have to do without her. But she got up after a while. She got up and she just kept on going again, and I think even that fired her up even more. And yeah, obviously Alessia, that girl that has such a work rate in front of the goal, and there's moments that you don't even see, that they don't even show when they are airing the games, and she's everywhere. She's in front of that goal. She's everywhere. She's making space for Frida. She's making space for Beth. She's making space for Caitlin, and all of them, they have chances, and then she comes in and then she has a chance and they go in, of course. And yeah, it's not normal how much of a work rate that this girl has. And I actually compared her 2 days ago. I compared her to the work rate that Declan Rice also have. He obviously more to the back, and she will have it in the front. And
In the
that
front, yes.
sometimes, yeah, and that sometimes really goes unnoticed. And yeah, that's no, it's unbelievable how much she does during a game. But
Yeah.
there's also one thing that a lot of people don't realize, that the pitches that the women play on, they are a little bit smaller than the men's pitch. So obviously Real at one point they started to struggle because the pitch is a bit bigger.
Which was
So
big, yeah.
yeah, so also their stamina and everything cannot handle this. They are not trained for this. And our girls, they have been playing now 8 games, 8 or 9 games already at the Emirates. So they are building up to this. And I think that was also something that was a bit in our advantage, because they were obviously more adjusted to the pitch. And what you said, that they came out very arrogant, they were also very aggressive, because there was also some moments that Olga, I think is her name, the captain from Real, she was starting to get very agitated, very annoyed, and all the time she was complaining to the ref. And yeah, at one point we were just like, oh, get over yourself and just keep on going. Like, it was really the Spanish way how they came.
Yeah. Yeah, but let's be honest, Chloe had it in the pocket all game long, because I mean,
Oh, she
Chloe
definitely had. She
passed us
definitely
so
had.
many times. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But it's been the moment that she came to the Arsenal. It's like she's so happy. She's carefree again. She's loved playing football. It's sad to see that she's injured now. We don't know the extent of it, but she's from the moment she came, she's on the go, and she just loves being at Arsenal again
Yeah.
for the second time.
Warren, you must make a point of watching these women. They're playing very, very well football. I mean, if you look at
Yeah.
Arsenal and Chelsea at this moment, they're real rivals of London. And Chelsea is so good. I mean, even after their manager has left, they went, I think, 2-1 down to Man City, and then they came back second leg. Second leg, they beat Man City 3-1.
I don't watch other female teams. I watch Arsenal, the Arsenal women's team, not other clubs. I know YouTube. Somehow YouTube shows some of the games as well, so I watch it there as well.
For sure. Do you
And then I watched
anything-
the Women's World Cup, which was in Australia. I think it was Australia, right? Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah.
That was very good. That was very good.
Do you follow English women's football as well? I'm talking about England itself.
Yeah. definitely.
They're playing next week, Saturday, the 19th. They're playing Olympic Lyon at home for the first leg of the semi-final. This is going to be
I
a
mean,
very tough
we
game.
so a few years ago, I was so when the supporter clubs actually meet with the football club, I was one of the first people that said should should make it a regular thing where the women's team play at the Emirates. I know they play like a different stadium sometimes, depending on but I said it should become a regular thing, not just for a special occasion, because
But
the
they're
popularity
playing
is
13 games
gonna
at the
demand that
Emirates.
they play at a massive stadium like that.
Yeah. Larissa, they're playing 13 games at the Emirates this season. You've got a season.
No, this season it was 8, apart from the Champions League.
Including Champions League.
No, it was apart from the Champions League. So they played now 8 WSL games, and then they only played now, I think 3, because the Bayern game then ended up being at the Emirates, because they had to move it to Bournemouth because the man was playing that day. So they played Juventus and Rosengard. No, not Rosengard, the Swedish club. So that would have been 10. This one would have been 11. So the Olympique Lyon game will be 12.
Yeah, and then, of course, maybe we may be going to the final with Barcelona, and Candente can play against the old team.
Yeah, and that will be in Bilbao.
Bilbao, yeah.
Yes.
So Warren, what do you think the ladies will do against the Olympique Lyon next weekend? I'm sure there should some sort of sense come from that game in the semi-finals, the first leg.
Yeah, look, the way they, like Larissa mentioned earlier, I mean, it wasn't just the score line against Real Madrid, but the way they sort of, it's the way they won, the way they played. They totally, I mean, they were unlucky with the one offside goal. I mean, that was like inches. I mean, cheapest. There's a very good finish. I mean, you almost wonder if the men's team would finish like that, but okay, let's leave it for another time. Now, I think the confidence will be there. Definitely, it'll. I mean, you know how it is. It's the same with the men's as well. It gets to this point of the season, and it's all about momentum, and they've got that now. So they must just take it into the next game and then go again.
Yeah. Larissa, do you know anything about the Lyon team?
Not a lot. I know that DVD plays there. Our Danielle van der Tonk. She plays there. Obviously, Wendy Renard, the tall one from France. Yeah. She plays there. The American one, Lindsay Oran. She's the captain, I think. And as far as that, I know they in the past they like won the Champions League title like a lot of times. And it was always between them and between Wolfsburg. So they were always like a little bit competitive about that. But yeah, for the rest, I don't know a lot. I know that our old manager is now the manager from Olympique, Choe. He's the boss there now. But yeah, for the rest, I don't really follow much of French football. So I've not a lot of clue. I know it's like the same with us, like Chelsea, Arsenal. With them, it's like PSG and then Olympique. So for the rest, it's basically the only thing I know.
We're gonna get to the predictions later on for that game and our second leg for the men's game. There's one thing that sort of stands out for me, and maybe you know more because she's a fellow countryman or countrywoman of you, Larissa, is Renee Slagers? Is that how you pronounce it?
Slagers. Yeah.
I mean, she was all the time. She was second to Jonas, and when she took over from Jonas as interim coach for how many games? And I mean, she hasn't lost a game until she became permanent. I think I might be wrong, but ever since then, I mean, she's just become this this powerhouse of the Arsenal female team. Where did she start? How did she come up with?
Yeah, I know she was a footballer herself, but her career cut short because she got an injury, and that was an injury that was career ending for her at that time. And I think it was something with the knee or with the ankle, but I'm not sure. And then she became like mostly assistant manager. I know she did in Sweden. She's been an assistant manager also from Jonas. And when Jonas got sacked there, she took over and she made them a champion there. And that was her first year. And then the second year, she was also the manager, but halfway during the season, she got sacked because the results wasn't there. And I know she's been with Arsenal for so long already. And she did the academy with us. She actually played with like players like Alex Scott, Kelly Smith. So she knows Arsenal. She knows the Arsenal way. She knows the Arsenal mentality, and she's basically also true and true Arsenal.
So do you think she can take us over the line for the Champions League at least?
Yeah, I have confidence in that, but it also depends on who we have available, because we now with the international break we got some players back injured, like Chloe Kelly is injured, Alessia Russo is injured, Daphne van Domselaar is injured. So these are our key players, and yeah, it's not sure how long it's gonna take. Like for Daphne, I heard some rumors it's gonna be 5 to 6 weeks, so that means she's not gonna be our number one goalkeeper for the Champions League. And then we have to rely on Manu Zinsberger again. And as you know, I'm not a big fan of Manu Zinsberger. And
No.
that already makes me nervous, thinking that she has to get in goal, because between those two Dutch games that she had to play, she already got 6 goals on her ear. So yeah, I'm not so confident about that part, but I do think that the back line can also do a lot, and I think they can also keep her out of trouble a lot. So all with all, I'm pretty confident about this game, but yeah, it also depends on who is available, of course.
Yeah, yeah. So I think also think that there's some issue with the knock that Russo got, but I'm sure she'll be okay.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
so
she got sent back in time, so I have a feeling she will be okay for Lyon.
yeah, no, I'm sure she will be okay for Leon. Welcome, Wolfie. It has been a
Good
long
evening.
time, sir. Welcome to Guna Matters once again. How are you doing?
Good evening, everyone. Warren,
Hello.
No.
Mrs. T, Glenn, how are you guys? I'm good. I'm
Good,
good.
good, good. Lovely.
Glad to come
Um,
on the show.
Yeah, just to give you a bit of update, Wolfie, we just spoke of the women's Champions League match against Real Madrid, whereby we lost the first leg and obviously won the second leg, and we won the tie. And we're playing Lyon in the semi-finals next week, Saturday, first leg. We're gonna go over to the men's side now for the review of Tuesday night's game. Wolfie, let's start with you, by the way, since you've been late. So let's put you on the spot.
Since
Give
you've
us
been late.
your insight on the game that you watched on Tuesday.
Look, it was firstly my score prediction was 2-1 to Arsenal. We all knew it's going to be a tough team. They are the reigning champions, so it was going to be all about chances. Somebody needed to do something special, and it was about performances. And obviously, there was worries with the centre back in Kivio. Would he able to step up in the absence of Gabriel? So yeah, there was worries, and also with young Skelly playing his first game, knockout. Quarterfinals. So there was a lot of inexperience in the team, and that's what made me doubt a bit. But I still went for the win because we were at home, and we had a strong midfield, And at the end of the day, if your midfield is strong, you can control the game. And the rest was all about taking chances. And we took our chances. And Real Madrid, they never troubled us from the first to the first half, second half. They had a couple of chances, but nothing that I can say that that they could have scored. But we took our chances. It could have been more if it wasn't for a good game from Courtois. It could have been 4-5-0. But at the end of the day, what was important is that we didn't concede any goals and that we go to the Bernabeu with a 3-goal lead. And that was a fantastic result. I don't think anyone would have guessed a 3-0 home win against the reigning champions. So yeah, we got to give credit to Arteta and the team, and especially Declan Rice for those two top class free kicks.
Wow. Warren, you obviously are very hungry to. I mean, I saw you on the live of Devi live from the pub, and I thought you were very, very excited about the game. And you were, I think your prediction was 4-1 on Monday night.
Yeah. I said in last week already, or 2 weeks ago, we'll beat him with about 3 goals, I think. As I went 4-1.
So give us a bit of your insight of the game. Surely you were very, very excited when that happened.
So I mean, the reason why I went with a scoreline like that was I just think sometimes I think people make the mistake, play the team rather than play the team's ego and the team's history. Play the team. And if you look at Real Madrid, they've actually been poor this season. So I was looking at it from that point of view, not what Real Madrid did in the past few years, their pedigree. Because I think everyone is looking at it from that point of view and saying, no, we're going to lose or not win or draw or whatever. I looked at it from a point of view of let's look at the team itself. And I thought to myself that even over the past 3 years, when they did actually win it, Liverpool battered them in the final. That idiot right back of theirs, Liverpool, was the only one on the planet that didn't see Vinny ran past him and scored. And that was the only goal of the game. Man City battered them, Chelsea battered them, Barcelona battered them this year. They've got good individual defenders, but they can't defend as a group. I think we all saw that. And they can get rattled. They're playing Modric, who's I think he's probably 400 years old now. I think he's 400 years old. Modric, they should have gotten a hospital bed for him because he couldn't run. He couldn't move anymore. Thomas Partey and Declan Rice ate him up for lunch. So I wasn't surprised by the scoreline at all. I actually thought we had more goals in us. I think if we went for it more in that last 10 minutes, we could have gotten, despite their keeper being their best player, we could have gotten another goal. And I said at the beginning of the season, if we're going to win a trophy this season, it will not be because of our strikers, our attacking players. Okay, Saka is an exception. But even over and above Saka, and with the Real Madrid game, despite everyone is thinking about the goals, but if we, and I understand that because that's the highlight of the game, fair enough. But if we win a trophy this year, whatever trophy, I said at the beginning of the season, it'll be because of our defense, our defending players, not because of our strikers. It won't be because of them. The best right back in the world is playing for Arsenal now, and I'll debate that with anyone. That's Timber. Thank you. The best centre back in the world is playing at Arsenal, and that is Saliba. We got a bit fortunate with Lewis Scully as well, who should be, if England's manager's got half a brain, you'll put Scully as first choice left back for the World Cup because he's that good. We've been unlucky not to even see, and we'll get to the other centre back Kivio, but we haven't even seen Calafiori play centre back this season. That guy is absolute top class. No one has seen this guy play centre back, and I'm hoping that he still has a role to play in defence in the coming rounds. But basically, the defenders ate up. I mean, did Jude Bellingham play? I didn't see him play. He was running, chasing shadows the entire night. Declan Rice ate Luka Modric up for lunch. Timber ate Vinny up. Did Vinny even touch the ball? I mean, Mbappe. Only in Mbappe's dreams is he as good as Henry. Only in his dreams. He is nowhere near. He's not worthy of blowing Thierry Henry's nose. Leave him untie his shoelaces. The best striker in the world. I've said it once. I said it twice. I said it 4,000 times. I said it before. I'm saying it now, and I'll say it again. Isak is the best striker on the planet. He is number one. Everyone can debate who's number two and number three. That's up to you guys. You can do whatever you want to do. Isak is the best striker in the world, and that's why we want to make him an Arsenal striker next season. It's not Kylian Mbappe. I don't think he's a striker. I actually think he's more of a winger. I just don't think he's got the brain capacity to play as a striker, sort of give and goes and stuff like that. But I think it was we absolutely battered them. We didn't beat them. We battered them. They were on the ropes at 3-0. They had no idea what was going on. They were absolutely on the ropes there. And maybe that's the only, I don't want to sound greedy now. That's the only reason why I was like, come on, make it 4-5 now, because they were creaking. I think their players were praying for the final whistle at the end of the game. I think they prayed for the final whistle.
Was your man of the match, Warren?
Man of the match, ooh, that's a tough one because so many. So the obvious one can be Declan Rice because he scored 2 goals. And while I'm on the topic of goals, can we just give also a round of applause to Merino for? Now, I'm not saying Merino is a world-class striker, but that was a world-class finish. Can I tell you why it was a world-class finish? The reason why it's a world-class finish and the reason why he scored that goal, even more than the technique, and I'll explain why, is because when that ball came to him, he hit it immediately. He didn't waste a half a second. He knew where he was standing. He knew out of the corner of his eye where the keeper was, where the 2 goalposts was. Immediately he stroked that ball in. He didn't put too much power on it. I didn't even notice that. He just stroked that ball in. But because he hit it first time, he gave the keeper no chance. Now that is the same goal. Different angle, same goal that Isak scored in the final against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. Absolute first time. He didn't even look to the keeper. He knew where the keeper was standing. Instinct. That only that's you gotta. No one is talking about the Merino goal. Trust me, and I don't want to be negative now, or I'm not having agendas against Havertz or Jesus, but if either one or the 2 of them are playing in that position, then we don't score that goal, that 3rd goal. Havertz don't score that type of goal because he's not a striker, he's a midfielder that we're experimenting with. But that was an incredible finish. Sorry, you asked me for my man of the match. I think Declan got the official one. I mean, look at me now. It's that's a difficult one. But look, if you guys go with Declan Rice, I'm happy to go along with that. But I mean, you could give that to Thomas Partey, Timber. I mean, oh my goodness, Timber is just. I mean, oh my glory, how good is this guy? I mean, Ben White is a fantastic right back. But I think he's going to struggle to get back into this team because we got the world's best right back. I'm almost tempted to say Timber, to be honest with you. I know I'm always partial to the defenders because no one talks about them, but I do because I know how important that is. The 3-0 wouldn't have counted for so much if it was 3-all. You see, they'd be all singing a different tune tonight. We're not that happy. You know what? I'm gonna be different. I'm not gonna be a sheep. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna say, you know what? Timber, you're going to get my man in the match because you were absolutely 10 out of 10.
Wow. So Warren is giving Timber man of the match. Yeah, no, how's it, my man? Jano. Clint.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
we can.
Yeah,
How
yes.
you, man?
Good evening. I'm good, and you?
I'm alright, alright. I think there's a bit of a bass in your mic. It's very
Let me do
alright.
this.
You can go for it.
Ca-
What was your
Can
take
you hear me now?
on? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
better.
that's better.
All right.
What is your take
About the
on the
game.
game? Yeah.
Look, when I went into the game, actually the week, I thought like we will beat Real Madrid because I was watching Real Madrid a lot. I watched their games. They are not actually they are individual team where I see they're individual team that don't play for each other. They just play for in big games where it matters, and there is no chemistry between the two between those players up front. And when I went to the game, I was like, you know what, we at home, and we have Saka back. Our midfield is very very balanced, and we can go with them. And our tactics we were spot on against them. We were not afraid. We just went for it, and yeah, we got the break. They were lucky to be like to get a 3-0 scoreline because we were absolutely all over them. Like the panel also said, one guy Warren said that where was Bellingham, where was Vinicius, one shot on target, So we limited them to what they have individually, but as a team, I don't think so. But we were excellent. I mean, like from start to finish, people were worried about Kiwior, but Kiwior was just composed. It was just composed all around. Saliba was all over Mbappe. You know how Mbappe plays. He was just composed. Skelly was magnificent. For an 18-year-old to go in such a big game, to have so much confidence and running and drifting to the midfield, inverting to the midfield, and taking care and dominating the lives of Modric, an 18-year-old. So we are fully deserving of that result. Now people are talking about the second leg going to the Bernabeu. I've got no fear going to the Bernabeu. We know they can turn it. They're capable. I just feel like defensively we are composed. Arteta set this team up very very balanced wise, and yeah, I was so happy because people were already writing Arsenal off. You know how people are with Arsenal, writing Arsenal off like, no, we are done. We won't go anywhere in this tournament. But we showed up. But yeah, Martinelli also played well. He had no fear. For me personally, guys, I think Partey was magnificent. Although Rice was the standout guy, but Partey was bossing that midfield as well. But yeah, awesome crowd as well. The fans were awesome, so fully deserved. I'm confident going to the second leg.
Great stuff. Who's your man of the match, Cletus?
I said I think it's Partey for me. The way
You
he
said
controlled
Partey.
midfield.
Okay, you said
Yes.
Partey. Wolfie, you didn't give me a man of the match. Who would have been your man of the match?
My man of the match goes to the Arsenal's new free kick specialist, Declan Rice. Why? Because he never had the captain's armband on, but he led by example. He had to track back. He had to try and help out Merino, his ball carrying into the box. He also had a shot that it could have been a penalty, but it was just too close, and it was obviously not given. So he had a lot of chances, and also to take that first free kick, it took a lot of courage also because normally players they hide behind the captain. He took initiative. He scored the first free kick. What a free kick it was! And the second one, I told my son he has to take it again. I don't care if Saka, if Odegaard is there, he has to take it again. And even if he kicks the ball in the stands, you have to go for it again. And the second one was even better than the first, although it was two different free kicks.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, he was for me. I still say he's Arsenal's captain. I would like to see him as the captain of Arsenal, but his performances was magnificent. It was what he did is that everyone rose to the occasion, and yeah, he was like they were like feeding of of his performances. Although everyone had a brilliant game. There was not one person that I can say that had a 6 or 7. All had 8+, 9+ results. But for me, Declan Rice, man of the match.
Great stuff. Laris, before we get to Laris, I've got a question for the panel. Is that do you think the set piece coach Nicholas Jova told Declan Rice to cross it, or to you saw he made some
Yeah, I
sort of,
saw I made
so
made a
did
sign
he say
doing like
cross it,
this.
or did he
So
say hit it? What do you think it was given there?
I think because he was making the thing like go like this, so I
Yeah.
have a feeling he just said like just bend it. That was my thing. Just
Yeah.
try to bend it because I mean obviously they train on this and yeah.
Great stuff. So let us hear your take on the men that displayed this Tuesday.
I actually had the feeling that Madrid came to us playing more on the like 0-0. So obviously they can finish it at home. So I didn't expect of that they didn't expect that we would start like so great the way that we did. And first half, yeah, we had some good chances. And like the rest also said, Mbappe, I don't know where he was. I think he was just waiting in front of the goal till he got a ball or something. Vinicius, I honestly I didn't even see him, so I don't even know if he was on the field. Bellingham, usually I really like seeing him play, but for now I also was thinking like that's not the guy that was bought by so many millions. And yeah, what I also stand out for me was that red card for I forgot this guy's name. When he
Camavinga.
yeah
Kamavinga.
Camavinga.
yeah when he kicked that ball away, I was like, why? I mean, he was already suspended apparently for the next game, and now he's
Yeah.
even more suspended. So even if we have like we're gonna lose next week, then this guy is good because the next game he won't even be playing. So no, but yeah, it was the second half was for me was the best half that we played. But yeah, everybody played their role. Everybody did their thing. Everybody just they really played as one team. Like what Clint also said. Like with Madrid, they didn't play as one team. They really were like individuals on the pitch, and we really played as a team. And we really showed that we wanted it more than they did. And yeah, everybody also saying to me like, wait until we go to the Bernabeu. Like, nah, bring it. We are already 3-0 ahead, so bring it. They have to score 4 times to get past us, so good luck. We've got Saliba. We've got Saliba. We've got Timber. We got Miles, so bring it.
Did you guys look at the statistics? I mean, if you look at the defense stats, our keeper made 4 saves. Their keeper made 5 saves. The clearances we had is 4. Their clearance was 24. So you could just see how dominant we were in our attack. And if you look at the general play, the general stats is that we had 11 shots on target, and they had 3 shots on target, and they couldn't do anything. And I mean, Warren mentioned earlier on with the ladies' game, it's not the 3-0 that stands out for me so much. It is the way we got the 3-0, the way we played, how we battered them, how we sort of nullified their attack. We Mbappe had one through ball. He got lucky. In fact, Vinicius got lucky with the mistake from Saka. And I think Kivio was nervous in the beginning. He gave a ball away, and I think that was it. Other than that, they were nowhere to be found. What's his name? Our keeper, David Raya, didn't have much to do. I mean, beautiful saves that he made there. Otherwise, we would have won 1-0 down. And I think if that ball goes in from Mbappe, I think that's a different game. And Warren, you
Yeah.
mentioned it. I mean, after that, he was dead in the water. That was the only thing that you really could see where Mbappe was in the field is that shot.
I think someone is getting a phone call there. I think it's Mbappe calling someone there. Someone's phone is ringing.
Nah, it's me. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It's making a hell of a noise. I think someone's dog wants to come onto the show as well there, Glenn. When I think can you put the dog on as well?
That's my dog. That's definitely my dog. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a wolf and a dog. Put the dog on, man. Let him talk for a while. Saying he's making a noise.
Yeah. Listen, we're gonna go to the Banaba next week, and Laris mentioned it, and a lot of people has given us zero chance to win Madrid even at home, and we beat them 3-0. So each of you obviously have an opportunity to speak about the game for real now. We can go now and we can put this now to let's end it by giving our predictions. Where am I now? Where's that thing now? Oh man! All right, let's Warren. You can continue quickly. Let me just get this prediction sheet quickly. You mentioned something earlier
Sorry,
on.
what we asking? Yeah.
You mentioned something earlier on about Mbappe, and I asked you a question that after the shot he took, why is the world making such a big fuss about him?
I think he's sort of a pin-up boy. He's popular. He's got so many followers on social media. I think he's got a lot of pace. But I think he's. I don't. I mean, I saw him at the last Euros. He did absolutely nothing there, and I think ever since they've moved him to play as a centre forward, his game has gone down dramatically. His best football is played out on the wing. I don't think he's got the sort of awareness, the visual and mental awareness to play as a centre forward. He doesn't know when to make certain runs in behind. He doesn't know when to come and collect the ball. He's not a give and go. I mean, that's why I made the comparison with Henry. I mean, Henry started off as a winger, and then he was brought in as a centre forward. But Mbappe doesn't have that football brain that Henry had to play as a centre forward. I think his game has gone down dramatically for club and country. I saw him for France as well. When he plays as a centre forward, I think they're making a massive mistake. France, when I saw that, playing him as a centre forward, they've got other centre forwards there, and you can rather put him out on the wing. You can use his pace, so sort of go one-on-one with the fullback. He does have that turn of pace. He can run over the ball with speed as well. He can go left and right. I actually think it's a poor decision that they made to actually make him as a striker. He just doesn't have a football brain to play centre.
Yeah.
I think
I fully agree with you on that.
Yeah, when you played in the World Cup with the Hatrick he scored, I think that came from the side. I mean, he wasn't a wing.
Exactly.
So he was. Laris, I didn't get your man of the match for that game.
For me, it's also like between Declan, between Timber, between Saliba.
You have to choose one.
Well, okay, you know what? I'm wearing the goalkeeper cap right now, so I'm going for David Raya.
Nice one.
I gotta back my goalkeepers.
You know what really irritates me of Raya, Mr. Man of the Match? When he plays the ball through the channels, he always takes the more difficult option to play the ball through the middle. And he's got Timber and he's got Shelley. They are open. And then they will have an attack in the middle, and then you will take that gamble and play that ball through to Odegaard or to Party. And it's so dangerous as a goal. I myself am a goalkeeper. I would never ever take that chances. Anything can happen. And it's so impressive of the way he does it, because he's, for me, one of the best goalkeepers playing out from the back. I've never seen a goalkeeper. Yes, he does make a mistake, but really. So, a massive credit to him. I mean, he's been so intricate to the way we want to play. It's really because our football begins from him.
From him, yeah. Let's go to the predictions. Firstly, where am I now? Yeah, let's. There's a mistake. Yeah, there's a mistake. Yeah, Arsenal must be. Yeah. All right, let's go to the rest for next week. Second leg. What is your prediction for that game?
I go for 0-2.
Ooh, 5-0 on aggregate. Wow.
Yeah, I think we can do it.
Okay.
Definitely think we can do it.
We have to score first, though. That's obviously it. Warren, what is your prediction for that?
Sheepus.
Another 4-1?
Yeah. Yeah, look, I think we'll make it through. I think we will make it through. It's going to be a different game. I think I'd like to think one person I'm thinking of in particular is Martinelli. I think he can be absolutely critical, even though he hasn't been performing the way we want him to
He
this
had,
season.
he had 2 shots on target. I mean, in the game on
He played
Tuesday.
well. He played well.
Yeah.
Take an
Yeah, he did okay. He did okay.
Okay,
I'm
no.
just thinking Real Madrid is going to be forced to come at us, so they're going to have to
That's
commit
the
bodies
thing.
forward.
They
And I
have
think with
to.
his pace, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now,
So
Madrid,
I
they
think
have
he's gonna. I can picture Martinelli's. Yeah, I can picture Martinelli scoring. So I'm gonna go. Oh man, I'm gonna. I think they will score. I think we will score as well. I'm just trying to pick one. I think 2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah.
2-1 Arsenal. Claytus.
I'm going the same. I'm going 2-1 Arsenal because well, the reason I'm saying that is because Real Madrid defensively they are not good at all. That's why and also who in that defense is taking charge? Nobody's taking charge in that defense of Real Madrid. And I just feel like us on the counter as well. We are good on the counter with Martinelli and Saka. I think we will score. I think we will win that game 2-1.
Okay. Wolfie, Warren makes a very, very valid point. Is
What
that
is it?
Real Madrid has to come at us. They're going to be very open.
You-
And one thing that I saw on the weekend's game with Valencia is that the same thing happened, and I think big ups to Mikel Merino for to sort of be aware of those the left back and the right back of Real Madrid. They were very open. They were like shivering in their pants, like the way Saka and Martinelli went past them. That's a very
Yeah.
valid point. I mean, you're gonna obviously
Yes.
base your prediction on those points.
You see, those two guys, Rodrigo and I
Vinicius.
don't know if I have time, but Vinicius and Rodrigo, I can't see them playing in the Premier League. Why? Because, like you just said now, we try. It's very unfair on Madrid's defense, right? Remember, these two guys, they are solely offensive players, so they will never ever put in a modern day world Arteta starting lineup. Why? Because they don't want to defend. Vinicius is never gonna track back. He's never gonna help out. What's the guy's name? Alaba. He will never ever help out his right back and so Rodrigo also. This is the reason why
Valverde.
we could that's why we could put him to the sword. Martinelli had because they want to double up on. If you play in the Premier League, Saka gets doubled up on every game. When we played Madrid, Saka was what's his name? Alaba was left exposed. Every chance Odegaard got, he gave it to Saka. He gave it to Saka because he knew that Saka is eventually going to pass him. So it's difficult because these guys, Vinicius and Rodrigo, they don't track back, and that is the problem that Madrid have. They don't have guys that track back the way our wingers do. Saka and Martinelli, they help out. They help Timber out. When Shani drops into midfield, Martinelli, he has to cover. That's why I think he will always be on that line to remind him, you need to cover, you need to cover, you need to cover. When one goes, one needs to drop. And so we keep shape. And at the end of the day, it makes it so difficult for the opponents to get through. That's why our defense, PVO, never had a lot of work to do because we were pressing them in midfield. And there wasn't time for them. Bellingham, there was no time for Bellingham to even look up because Party was on top of him. Odegaard was quick on him. Odegaard was pressing from first minute to last minute. So at the end of the day, his work rate it's a my prediction is going to be a 1-1. Why? Because Madrid's under pressure they're under pressure to perform in front of their own fans, and that's a massive stadium, massive crowd, passionate crowd. They have to perform. And football is a funny game. I've seen it in the Champions League where teams are leading 3-4-0, their tails is up, and then they don't go through. I'm not saying it's going to happen to Arsenal, but we all know how football is. It's a game of two halves, and we won the first half. I want to see us go to the Bernabeu with the same mentality. I want to see us pressing them from the first minute, not giving away silly chances, silly mistakes. I want us to have that same level of what we did at the Emirates. And if we can do that and we can create more chances, I think we will score. And if we're going to score, we'll go through. But we shouldn't put ourselves under pressure because if they score first, we will be under pressure because one becomes two and then that's a game. So it's easy to think we're 3-0 up and Madrid is like a Preston. They're not a Preston. They got players that can do damage. So that first 20, 30 minutes, the first half is going to be important that we don't concede any goals and that we try at least and score one. Start going for a 1-1.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a 1-0 in that game. Just to be very, very pragmatic. My prediction for my man of the match was a collective. It was the complete team from Arteta to the complete team. Even the substitutes that he've made also came on and did some work there. So I think the team for me was a very, very good performance all around. What I want to say is this. In fact, I want to post this to.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So go for it.
No, I was just you mentioned the team there, and well said on that. Good comment. But I wanted to just ask you you guys, what's your comments on for the second leg? Would you make any changes to the starting 11, or would you keep it the same?
No, keep it the same. I think personally.
Yeah,
Keep it the same.
I would keep it the same.
Keep it the same.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
for sure.
the Brentford
You're
game.
gonna, yeah. Go for it.
I think the Brentford game you will see a lot of changes. I think the players were not playing. The likes of Nwaneri, Sterling might play again. I think Jorginho might play this weekend. I think Arteta is still wary of that second leg at the Bernabeu. I think he'll rest most of the players. Not most, but yeah, I think Ben White will play as well. So I think keep it the same when you go to the Bernabeu.
Yeah, no, you're gonna kick yourself if you change much of the day of the team and because what you saw now, it's like the same for Manchester City when we battered them 5-1. We did very poorly the next game, but I think there was one or so changes. But you should not change anything in this now. I think for like Wolfie said, your first 20 minutes, half an hour is very important for us not to concede. And if we get through that, we're going to frustrate the likes of Rudiger. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw this. When Martinelli went to the right-hand side, Rudiger was sort of tackling him and pushed him. And Bellingham got so frustrated, he pulled back. For the life of me, can't understand why he didn't get a yellow card. It's two
And he
pulls in
actually
one
did it
motion.
twice. He did it twice in one
In
motion.
one motion,
And then
yeah. I mean, twice.
then Odegaard went to the ref and told him it was twice. He pulled me.
Yeah,
That is a
and he
yellow
didn't
card.
get he didn't
I
get
couldn't
a
believe it.
So for me, if you frustrate them, they're gonna start become very, very aggressive. And I think with that team that we played on Tuesday night, you have to do that. And because you now know the likes of the fullbacks, for Verde and Alaba, what Saka and Martinelli can do to them, and even if they have to change it up a bit, shot from outside the box. I mean, there we see Declan has got a foot on him. So take a shot so here and then and just worry the keeper to put him under pressure a little bit. Even if you don't score, but just give him some work to do for. So for me, the team stays the same.
Yeah, I would actually say like keep the same team for Tuesday. When do we play, Tuesday or Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, just keep that team that we had now on Tuesday. Say for the weekend, just like everybody else said, play the other players that we still have on the bench. Because for me, it's the feeling. I don't know how you guys think about it, but I have the feeling that Champions League at this point is on the top of the list instead of the league,
Yeah.
because Liverpool is already like far ahead of us, and I
I'm
don't
still
think
going for the double.
I don't think we
I'm
can.
still. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
I'm a little bit on the fence about that, but I actually feel like that because we are now very consistent in the Champions League, and in the Premier League we are like all over the place. So that for me it feels like that Champions League is a little bit more important right now than the Premier League.
That's
Fun
true.
fact,
That's true.
we only conceded 6 goals in the Champions League since
Yeah,
only 6
exactly.
goals.
And if you see how we play now in the Champions League compared to the Premier League, for me it feels like that everybody now just said like, okay, you know what? The league we are not gonna win. Probably they say it like that. We are already in second place, so Champions League we will have next season. We are sure of this right now. So just focus more on Champions League than on Premier League right now.
Yeah.
That's
I've got a
true.
question for Warren, and I hate to put you on the spot, Warren. Odegaard. I mean, I know how you feel about Odegaard in
Yeah.
terms of his gameplay.
Yeah.
How do you think? What do you think? How did Odegaard play on Tuesday night?
Look, I mean, he's sort of making. Well, first of all, we don't have any other player that can play number 10 unless you try and experiment with Waneri in the number 10, even though I think that is his position. But ultimately, we don't have a regular person to kind of challenge him. So he hasn't had a challenger for the last 4 years, amazingly enough. The only one we did have, we loaned him back out into Spain again. I mean, his performance in Madrid wasn't, I wouldn't say it was great. Or I mean, he pressed, he normally leads the press and high energy, and that's good. But in terms of, what you want to see from a number 10, your creative spark in the team, he's nowhere near good enough this season. It's been absolutely shocking. The reason why I asked you guys about what team you'd pick at the Bernabeu is that it's going to be a different game. We can still win there or draw. I still fancy us to go through.
I see where you're going through with this.
The reason why I asked is that in difficult circumstances,
Jorginho.
especially away from home, under pressure, when we're under the cosh, when we need a leader, then Odegaard's the first guy that disappears. And I've seen this for the last 3 years. We're going away, intimidating atmosphere. It's going to be tough. It's going to be moments where we don't like it, where we're going to have to win ugly and do the ugly stuff. And Odegaard is normally the first guy that disappears. That is why I ask. We can't carry a player next week. We cannot do that. That is why, not because I'm being funny, but we're not going to have the ball as much as we had last week. So Odegaard's not going to have that time and space to make passes and stuff. He's going to have to make tackles and win headers and Mark Bellingham or something, or whoever else is the midfielder there. And when things go a bit pear-shaped, then he goes missing. Right?
Yeah, and I think to an extent, Warren, before one of you guys go, to an extent I would agree with you, but I still believe, and many people might disagree with me, is that Arteta is not gonna go there to defend.
Yeah.
because the game
Yeah.
is going to be too open for Real Madrid for us to defend. If
Yeah.
we go there and we defend, we probably will get our backsides given to us. Um, but we have to take it to them because I tell you why. Is within a team that's open like Real Madrid, you will get your chances. And for what I see, I think Mourinho will take his chances in Spain because he knows how to do it against. He knows the crowd. He knows the pitch there because of his Spanish heritage and also with Sociedad. So he
Yeah.
will go there and he will perform. And I think, given a chance, he will take it. Martinelli, Wolfie said, will do something. He will take it. So I don't think. And to be fair with Odegaard, I think he had 2 or 3 brilliant through balls that created a chance to score, but I think it was blocked. But I totally see where you're coming with this, and I think you would probably put in a more level-headed person in that midfield, Warren.
Yeah.
What
I
about
mean, so the other. Yeah.
why didn't you guys get Lenny in the team back in the team?
Who?
Lenny. Anyway, carry on.
El Nene. Sorry, man. He's got his own club to worry about.
Yeah,
Sorry,
the
Warren.
problem we're gonna have with this, I was thinking about this, and I see where they're going, and obviously, I remember watching the Barcelona Madrid game earlier this season, and Barcelona, like you said, Glenn, when Real Madrid will give you chances. The problem with Merino striker in a game like that is he's not the fastest. So if you're
Yeah.
playing on the counter, you need like a fast guy. How many times didn't we see Saka whip the ball across and it
There's
goes,
nobody
and then
there.
he's not
Yeah.
even in the penalty box. He's like 20 meters behind. So if you're playing counter-attack football, one thing you can't be is slow. And unfortunately, he's a bit on the slow side, which is fine. I mean, he can still do a job. I don't have an issue with him, but that is why I mentioned Martinelli and then Saka. I mean, I almost get, you know what, eh? And I'm going to be a bit different with you guys. I actually wouldn't play Odegaard in that game. I'd actually put Merino back into midfield and I'd play Trossard as a centre forward, meaning we've got 3 guys with pace that can hit
With
them on the
legs.
counter. But you can't play counter-attack football, dude, with a slow striker. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
You're going to have to pick your battles. It can't be both. You can't say, let's play Merino, but you also want to say counter-attack football. It cannot be
Yeah.
both. It's one or the other.
Cletus, you
I think
burning to say something there.
no. I think Teta loves Odegaard. I think Odegaard will start. I get your point, Warren. There were times Odegaard just went missing. I don't know if it's the injury or he's just having a bad season. But it's a good point. Jorginho has the ability to organize the midfield, and we play well when he's in the team because he balances that midfield. He tells the players where to direct and all that. But the mentality of Odegaard needs to change. He's the Arsenal captain. If you're Arsenal captain, you have to step up at any moment. Any moment. We've had very good captains in the past, Patrick Vieira and Tony Adams. I'm not saying you must live up to that expectation, but just show why you are Arsenal captain. You must lead from the front. So when he goes to the Bernabeu, this is where he started. He's not started, but he played for them. You should show them why they made a mistake of letting him go. He's a good player. We know other guy on his day is a brilliant playmaker, but sometimes he just disappears in big games and doesn't have the physicality like you say. Doesn't have the physicality to like tackle and run back. He has the work rate, but doesn't have the physicality. But I get your point was saying that possibly play Jorginho, Partey, and Rice in that midfield, the experience. But knowing Arteta, you'll stick with Odegaard.
Mm.
But
Wolfie,
don't you,
yeah, sorry, go for it, Clarice.
no, but don't you also think that because of Odegaard's past with Real Madrid, that he was playing to try to say to them like, "See what you let go,"
Exactly.
and
That's what I'm
in
saying.
in that point he lost himself during the game.
That's a good
Yeah.
point, actually.
Yeah, I think Odegaard will want to show why he is, why is the mistake to let him go when he was there.
Yeah.
So It's
Yeah,
the
but
game where he can rise
he
to
had
the
a huge
occasion.
opportunity to show that on at the Emirates, but now he's gonna have to go to Madrid, and it's gonna be a more tougher task to do that.
He needs to step up there then
He needs to step up, yeah.
if he wants to show them like, look what you let go, then he really needs to step up on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then he has to play the game that he hasn't played this season. Like he has to play the game of his life, to be honest.
For sure, for sure. Before we're gonna go to the last prediction, Wolfie, do you have anything to say about Mr. Cap?
Well, Cappy, look, as Warren said, his performance has not been good enough as a captain or even as a player that's starting in a team. He's one of my favorite players, but he's just been really, really poor. And he needs to start stepping up. He cost us against Manchester United in the FA Cup. He cost us against Newcastle when he had the chance to score a goal. His numbers is below average for the attacking midfielder. If you go to stats, it's really, really poor. You cannot expect to win a league, a Champions League, and your attacking midfielder cannot contribute to assist or to score goals. He really needs to step up, because if we're going to go and want to win the league and be serious about it, when we do get that striker, we're going to need a guy in that number 10 role to perform. Because if you look at teams that has won the league, if you look at their number 10s, like the Lampards, the De Bruynes, those kind of guys, these are guys that score 10, 15 goals per season. So he needs to, something needs to happen. We need to look at the replacement also next season, because if his performances continues, we're gonna have to revisit this topic. But as far as him starting against Madrid, yeah, he has to start, because you cannot take out Merino. He's doing a good job. So now you're gonna upset the balance, because Mourinho he scored a goal. So why do you want to take him out and put him back in midfield? We don't have a striker. Trossard showed you cannot strike. So Trossard is good coming off from the bench, and that's the way we're gonna have to use him. And Odegaard is just gonna have to step up. I'm looking. I want a man of the match performance. I want all you guys next week to at least put him in that top 3 for man of the match performance.
Yeah, that's
he needs a
big
captain's
ask.
performance. He needs a captain's performance.
And it's gonna be very imperative for him to do that, because I mean everybody's gonna look at the performance at home. So you have to turn it around and maybe go one up. Well, guys, it's almost time for us to go. Arsenal against Olympic Lyon. This is the women, eh? The Arsenal ladies against the Olympic Lyon ladies. Sorry, that is not right. Laris, what is your prediction for that game? It's going to be at the Emirates.
Yeah, we are going to be playing at home. I just saw in the afternoon that there's already been 30,000 tickets been sold so far.
Sure,
So that's going to
a lot.
be another great atmosphere there for sure. But I do think it's going to be a
tight game.
2-1. We have Zinsberger in goal, so I know for sure we're going to concede.
Come on.
No, the other way around. You put it the wrong way now.
Oh, sorry.
2 for Arsenal, 1 for
My
Olympic
bad.
Lyon.
My bad.
Yeah, you know I'm not a fan of Zinsberger, so I know we're just going to concede a goal. So
Warren?
4-1 Arsenal.
Wow. I know Lyon's women team. They're one of the best women's team. We at home in the first leg, so I'd say 2-1 to the Arsenal women.
Okay, Wolfman.
Tell me before I make prediction. What is the status on Russo? Is she available?
She'll make that game.
We are not sure yet.
But I'm sure she'll make.
But I got a good feeling. I have a good feeling that she will be there.
That was just a
Me
knock on the
and
ankle.
Best Mate, she's also available. Best Mate,
Yeah.
she's available.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the 2-2.
Ooh,
2-2.
why a draw?
Lyon won the Champions League 4 or 5 times already. It's a powerhouse. It's gonna be a tough match, but I can see them scoring.
Okay, fair point.
Would be
I'm
amazing
going
if the
2-0.
I mean, it would be amazing if
Yeah.
it would be amazing if the Arsenal guys and the Arsenal women win the Champions League.
Oh,
Would be amazing.
Yeah, it
that
would be
would be
amazing.
amazing.
And look at the scores. The
It would
scores
be
are
very, very
similar to what we
amazing.
do to Real
Yeah,
Madrid.
that's true. That's true.
Both 3-0 results at the Emirates. Wow. So
Beautiful.
maybe it's
Yeah.
our year.
Beautiful.
It's a one club mentality.
Yeah.
All right, let's go for our last words. Also maybe the weekend, just to give us a bit of an idea of the weekend against Brentford. They drew 0-0 at home against Chelsea last weekend. Just I'm not gonna put it down. I just maybe thought before we leave your final thoughts. But you can mention that game as well. Laris, you can go first, and seeing that you're the lady.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know for the weekend. Obviously now all the time coming back from like a midweek game or Champions League game, our games in the weekend seem to be a little bit going one way that we didn't expect. If you look at the Everton game as well, so I'm not really sure what they're gonna do on the weekend, but I think I'm gonna keep my prediction to myself right now.
Fair enough.
And then,
Uh,
but I'm actually more excited for the Wednesday game. So
okay. Yeah, I'm sure everybody's thoughts in mind is going to Wednesday already. Let's go to Cletus. What is your final thoughts?
True. I'm still with the Brentford game.
No. Your final thoughts, and then you can mention the Brentford game if you like.
Final thoughts is for me when you go to the Bernabeu, play your game. Let's play our game. They will come at us, but we also have the ability to score goals. So I think just play our game that we played. It will be different, but I think we can handle the pressure. And the Brentford game, I expect a lot of changes. Not a lot, but I think most of the players who will play on Wednesday will be on the bench. I'll say we'll win that game 2-1.
Okay. Wolfman.
Thoughts? Look, I would obviously want us to win against Brentford. Are we home? We are home. Are we home?
No, we are away. No, we are home. Yeah, sorry.
Home.
Yeah,
At
we are
home, at home.
I would want us to win against Brentford, obviously. But I wouldn't want anybody to get injured whoever starts in that game. So I would want the guys to take it easy, win the game, and then focus. Go on the I don't know if we're taking a plane. Go to the Bernabeu and just believe in yourselves, believe in what you guys done, believe in and feed off the fans. It's gonna go there. And let's just hope that everything goes well and everybody puts that shift in and pushes us through to the next phase of the Champions League. We are Arsenal, we can do it. Our 1 foot is already into the next round, so we just have to finish up the business. That's it. Guys, I just wanted to say also thank you for having me on the show. Truly blessed. Enjoy the Champions League and the weekend game also. Pleasure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I love my
Thanks, man.
goodness. I love my goodness. Love my goodness. Reds. North London forever. Get in.
Warren, your final thoughts,
Yeah.
man.
5 players I don't want to see play on Saturday. That's Saka, Timber, Party, Rice, Saliba. I don't care who plays. They can play Donald Duck for all I care because the Premier League has been a big pile of garbage, utter trash. I'm not interested anymore. Sorry, Glenwyn. And then we can rest those players and then keep them fresh for Wednesday night because I do think we have a chance of winning the Champions League.
I think.
I think we will win the Champions League. I like the fact that everyone writes us off, even though we beat Madrid 3-0. They're still writing us off because now they're talking about PSG and Inter Milan, even though we beat PSG really 2-0 easily. I love it when they write us off because that's when we at our best. So up the Arsenal
Yeah.
on Wednesday, and we're going to win the Champions League.
Great,
Yeah, I
great
think so.
stuff. What
Yeah.
something that is really part of some of the news today, just quickly, is that there's a stat that came out that they gave Arsenal 28.4% to win the Champions League as favorites.
Yeah.
Barcelona,
Barcelona.
Barcelona 22.4,
Mm.
Inter 21.1, PSG 18.8, Bayern Munich 3.7, Villa 3.2, Dortmund 1.3, and Real Madrid 1.1 chance of winning the Champions League. So again, the people are gaslighting Arsenal and the fans that they sort of
Mm.
try to set us up for failure.
There's
And
sorry, it's just one
yeah.
final thought on that, Glenwyn. Sorry, man. Can I tell you? So we might not have the best striker or left winger in the world, and Barcelona's got this and Madrid's got that. And
Yeah.
do you know why I say we'll win this Champions League? There's one thing we've got that none of them have, and that's why I think we battered Real Madrid. Do you know what it is? We've got physicality that you don't get anywhere else in the world. That you only get that in the Premier League. Our
Yeah.
players,
Yeah.
Saliba. No one even mentioned Saliba on Wednesday. The guy made Mbappe look like nothing, like he was a piece of
Very
dust.
calm.
Timber, Lewis Kelly, Thomas Partey, Declan Rice,
Kivio, don't forget
Merino,
Kivio.
Kivio as well. We got physicality
Yeah.
that none of those teams can handle. Don't think
Yeah.
Inter
We
can handle that because they're defensive. They're defensive because of their style, but they're not physical. They can't outmuscle us. Our physicality will take us through in this tournament. There we go.
Wow, that's a
Can I
good
say
point.
something?
Yeah.
People are talking about Barcelona. This Barcelona team, when they're gonna face us, maybe in the final, I think they don't. They're not a team that you can rely on defensively. They have a high line and they concede goals. That's why I think when we go, I think we will play Barcelona in the final. I really do. I think we will beat Barcelona, not convincingly, but we will beat Barcelona. Like they don't have like that stability at the back where you can say like we got problems here. They're not like Inter. Inter, you can say like when you play Inter in the final, it will be difficult. But Barcelona, if they are a team they want to outscore you to win games, but we have that balance. We can play different dimensions. That's why I think
3-1. 3-1. We'll beat Barcelona 3-1 in the final. And that's the game Odegaard will play in. Because they will give him
I'm
space.
going.
Then he can do his thing.
I'm
3-1 we'll beat them.
I'm going with 2-1 with the revenge that we had that they beat us in 06. I think we will have that one.
Now we
I
need
think
to have
Merino.
interest on that.
Don't
We
get
need to
ahead
have
of
interest
yourself.
on that, eh? There's interest on that 2-1. So
Guys,
the third one. Third goal.
We still need to
Guys,
get
we
through
need a
the second leg.
semi-final
Let's not
podcast.
get ahead of
A
ourselves.
semi-final podcast before a final. Come on, guys.
Yeah, no, we will definitely have a semi-final and a final. Ladies and gents, a very, very thank you for you guys to be a part of this. And whoever's gonna watch it later, the stream, thank you for that. And those who popped in here, there's no comments though, but those who have popped in, thank you for that. And then also, yeah, let's build on this on the weekend and next week, and then take it from there. And I'm sure we're gonna go through the final. My final is not Barcelona. My final is gonna be PSG, Inter.
Yeah,
Good
Yeah.
one.
I also
Good
thought
one.
that.
Good one.
My final is Inter
I
Good
also
one.
thought that.
Good
Yeah.
one.
because we playing either PSG or Villa. Barcelona and Inter. And then of course I think even if Bayern Munich makes a bit of a balls up there in Italy and win Inter, then it might be that. But Inter and Arsenal final.
2-0, 2-0. We'll beat Inter 2-0. Easy. 2-0.
That's it. That's
1-0. I'm saying 1-0. That team is defensively good, but yeah, I'm saying 1-0.
yeah. Let's keep our
Guys,
thoughts.
thank you
on the
very much.
team.
Guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks,
Thank
thanks,
you.
guys.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Good night.
Thumbs up. Bye.
Good night, everyone.